addressing PFAS, PFOA, and water contamination concerns for veterans. Welcome back to the Veteran Channel. Today, we delve into a pressing concern raised by our community: PFAS, PFOA, and water contamination on military bases. These chemicals pose potential health risks to countless veterans and their families. Join us as we break down what these chemicals are, their potential impact on your health, and the crucial steps you can take to protect yourself and your loved ones. We're here to provide you with the information and support you need to navigate this challenging issue. Understanding the invisible threat: PFAS and PFOA. What are PFAS and PFOA? PFAS, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, and PFOA, perfluorooctanoic acid, belong to a group of man-made chemicals known for their resistance to heat, water, and oil. These properties made them valuable in various industrial and consumer applications, from non-stick cookware to firefighting foam. Their use in the military. The very qualities that made PFAS useful, unfortunately, also make them persistent in the environment and the human body. Their use in firefighting foams, especially aqueous film-forming foam, AFFF, used to extinguish jet fuel fires, led to widespread contamination on military bases, impacting water sources and potentially exposing personnel. The forever chemicals. PFAS and PFOA are dubbed forever chemicals because they don't break down naturally in the environment. This persistence means they can accumulate over time, leading to long-term exposure and potential health concerns for those who have come into contact with contaminated water or soil. The silent impact. Health effects of PFAS exposure. Cancer risks. Exposure to PFAS has been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, including testicular, kidney, and prostate cancer. The persistent nature of these chemicals raises concerns about long-term health implications. Hormonal disruptions. PFAS can interfere with the body's endocrine system, potentially leading to hormonal imbalances. These disruptions can have a wide range of effects, including on reproductive health, metabolism, and growth and development. Immune system deficiency. Studies suggest that PFAS exposure may suppress the immune system, making individuals more susceptible to infections and illnesses. This is particularly concerning for veterans who may already face health challenges. Other health problems. Exposure to PFAS has been associated with other serious health issues, including liver and kidney damage, developmental problems in children, high cholesterol, and even ulcerative colitis. The full extent of the health impacts is still being researched. Navigating VA coverage, challenges and limitations. Currently, VA benefits for health conditions linked to PFAS and PFOA exposure are limited. This lack of comprehensive coverage poses significant challenges for veterans seeking treatment and support for conditions potentially stemming from their service. Proving the connection. One of the major obstacles is the difficulty in establishing a definitive link between PFAS exposure and specific health conditions. This is partly due to the long latency period between exposure and the onset of symptoms, as well as the challenge of isolating PFAS exposure as the sole cause. Ongoing research. While research on PFAS and its health effects is ongoing, there's still much to uncover. The evolving understanding of these chemicals and their impact makes it challenging to establish clear guidelines for diagnosis and treatment, further complicating VA coverage. Taking action. Steps for veterans exposed to PFAS. Medical monitoring. If you suspect exposure to PFAS, regular medical checkups are essential. Consult with your healthcare provider about your potential exposure and discuss appropriate screenings and tests based on your medical history and potential risk factors. Document your exposure. Keep detailed records of your service history, including any periods spent on bases known or suspected to have PFAS contamination. Note any health issues you experience, especially those potentially linked to PFAS exposure, and the dates they began. Seek legal guidance. Consider consulting with an attorney specializing in environmental law and veterans' rights. They can provide guidance on potential legal options, such as filing claims for compensation related to PFAS exposure and related health issues. Connect with VSOs. Veteran Service Organizations, VSOs, can be invaluable resources. They offer support groups, advocacy services, and up-to-date information on PFAS and related issues. Contacting a VSO can connect you with others who understand your situation and provide guidance on navigating the VA system. Finding strength in unity, advocacy and resources. Veteran Service Organizations, VSOs. VSOs are at the forefront of advocating for veterans' rights and addressing concerns like PFAS contamination. They provide resources, connect you with support networks, and lobby for policy changes to improve veterans' access to healthcare and benefits. Legislative action. Stay informed about legislation related to PFAS contamination and veterans' health. Contact your elected officials to express your concerns and urge them to support policies that address PFAS remediation, research, and healthcare provisions for affected veterans. Raising awareness. Share your story and raise awareness about PFAS contamination within your community and online. By amplifying the issue, we can encourage greater accountability, research, and support for affected veterans. Community support. Connect with fellow veterans, families, and advocacy groups focused on PFAS contamination. Sharing experiences, resources, and support can empower individuals and drive collective action for change. Specific health concerns. What to watch for: system affected, potential health issues, liver, elevated liver enzymes, fatty liver disease, liver cancer, kidneys, kidney cancer, chronic kidney disease, thyroid, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, immune system, reduced vaccine response, increased risk of infections, reproductive system, infertility, low birth weight, preeclampsia, cholesterol levels, increased LDL bad cholesterol, beyond the individual, PFAS impacts on families, pregnancy and children. PFAS chemicals can cross the placenta, potentially affecting a developing fetus. Children born to mothers exposed to high PFAS levels may experience low birth weight, developmental delays, or an increased risk of certain health issues later in life. Shared water sources. Families living on or near contaminated bases may unknowingly consume contaminated water, putting all members at risk. Children are particularly vulnerable due to their developing bodies and tendency to drink more water per body weight than adults. Protecting future generations. The long-term fight against PFAS. Significant resources are being directed towards cleaning up contaminated sites, but the process is complex and time-consuming. It involves identifying the extent of the contamination, removing contaminated soil and water, and implementing long-term monitoring to ensure the effectiveness of cleanup measures. Research and development. Scientists are actively researching ways to break down PFAS in the environment and develop safer alternatives for various applications. This includes exploring innovative technologies like electrochemical oxidation and bioaugmentation to remove or degrade these persistent chemicals. Policy changes and regulations. Advocating for stricter regulations on PFAS production, use, and disposal is crucial to prevent future contamination. This includes phasing out non-essential uses of PFAS and setting enforceable limits on PFAS levels in drinking water and consumer products. Staying informed and empowered. Your health matters. The issue of PFAS and PFOA contamination is complex and constantly evolving. The more you know, the better equipped you are to advocate for yourself and your loved ones. Remember, you are not alone in this. By staying informed, seeking appropriate medical care, and connecting with veteran support organizations, you can navigate this challenge and prioritize your well-being. The Veteran Channel is here to support you every step of the way.